Alright, here's a video of it starting up. All the gauges work. Cranks right up. See if I can get it to focus. Fuel gauge, temp gauge. There's your mileage. The miles per gallon gauge also works. Oil pressure, battery. It's never drained a battery, it's got a new battery in it. Then here's the interior, so more detailed of it. Door cards are in really good shape. Seats are also in pretty good shape. This is the only kind of crack on the seat, at least on the passenger seat. But I've been putting leather conditioner on this to try to, soften it up just throughout the time I've had it. The shift boot is real leather, and I replaced that, so that's new. The top cap's new. All of the switches here work. So this one here is the sunroof. So that opens and closes. And you'll see here, this is one of the visual issues with the car currently, is that the gentleman tried to fix the drooping headliner. It's actually attached to a piece of plastic behind here, and it needs to basically be just sucked up underneath, just like that, and it's just hanging down a little bit. And you can see he used some kind of poor adhesives that didn't really work. If we're still on the top here, the sun visors are all original, and they're in great shape. They're not cracked or dry or anything like that. Another note about that sunroof is it actually comes out. This is your rear windshield switch. So that works. These are your mirror adjustments. Sorry, it doesn't focus very well. Those are your mirror adjustments there. Both of those work. So these all adjust and move. That's your speaker control. That kind of dictates where the sound comes throughout the car. It's got the original cassette player in it, which it does work, but the speakers obviously sound terrible. Here's all your switch gear for the HVAC. So all of this does work. Both of these defrosters work. This is your intermittent white wiper switch, and then this is your just recycle the air. All of this works, and then that's your air conditioning, which again, it blows a little bit colder when you have it on, but it probably needs to be charged. Hazard switch, that works. Clock works. I replaced the battery in that. Both window switches work. That one works as it should. Both of these switches here work. So that controls this guy. And then that's the right. So those all work as they should. You can see as I'm just sitting here, it's kind of warm out. The temp gauge never ever goes really above the halfway point. Sometimes on a really hot day when you're hammering it, it's, maybe gets up to the 3/4 line, but with 944s, the gauge should always be hovering somewhere in between those two lines, which this one does. That's your fog light switch, headlights, which I'll show you now. Those work. Both fog lights work, they're not cracked. And then what else? It's got the Club Sport center console instead of the cassette holder, but I have the original and I'll include that with the car. The rearview mirror is not cracked. The seats are in great condition in the back. There's no cracks, rips, or tears anywhere. The seatbelt things are kind of janky, but they're original. No rips on the corner door cards either. And then same on that side. Seatbelts all work. Driver's side door card. E-brake works. Carpets are still in good shape. Now the dash panel here. So this has been completely redone with vinyl, like real, vinyl as it was when it came out of the factory. So all of the holes have been filled and everything. The only thing I haven't completed yet is you'll see here that the window defroster vents don't have their, they're not basically recessed in here yet. So there's two solutions for that. The first one is one that I was actually developing, which was a 3D printed part that would insert into each one of those. But they also make a metal trim piece that goes over the top of these holes and then cleans that up. So that's just a part of the project I haven't gotten around to yet. So you can see here, temps are still all good. Idle sits really smooth. And then let's pop the hood. So here she is. Nice and clean. You can see the coolant level. Keep it at the right level as much as I can. It doesn't leak at all. I have a throttle control on here that gives you a bit more of an aggressive throttle response on like low RPMs. It's got the original fuse box. It's got a new battery. It's got a battery cover. All of these bushings are still in good shape. They're not dry rotted or anything. See the belts and everything. The hood lining is peeled most of it off on this side, and I just haven't gotten around to peeling this one off because it's still sort of all in one piece. See everything under here. Both fans are running. That's the damage on the bumper. So it's the paint scuffs and everything. You can also see the rock chips. You'll see there's a few little dings. Let me see if I can focus it up. Side here, it looks like, so you can see some of the paint is chipping on this door as well. The guy must have bumped into a curb or something. So just on the bottom of that balance there. But kind of like what you were saying before, from a 5-foot reed, it all looks nice and solid. And then I'll give it another wash if you come down to pick it up. But I just washed it 2 days ago, and you can see that I clay barred these as all the good paint, that I could. I clay barred all of it and waxed it, so I keep it nice and clean. Inside the back, you can see the carpet is nice and clean. It's back of the car. Again, the clear coat, you can see it's a bit tatty, but again, 5-foot reed. Exhaust, no smoke or anything like that. It's all good to go. Underneath the car, the transmission, it's all dry. The boots are looking pretty good. CV boots. No drips or anything. And yeah, I think that covers a lot of it. You can see there the temp gauge. It's still in the middle.